Welcome to the Marketing Pulpit Show, and I am Robert Gatewood, your host. We are here every Friday at 10:30 a.m. bringing you the good of marketing gospel. We're not saving souls, we're saving businesses, saving jobs, saving our community. Now, if I happen to save a soul along the way, don't hold that against me. We'll just call that icing on the cake. Now, the mission at Marketing Pulpit Show is to build strong businesses in our community so that we can put our people to work. And we do that with business development, job creation, and service. So if you ever find yourself in a business crossroads and not sure which way to turn, just turn on the Marketing Pulpit Show because we're on a mission. The show is broadcast live from the illustrious Radio 1 studio. Welcome to the show. This is the Marketing Pulpit Show, and I'm Robert Gatewood, your host. And I'm here every Friday at 10:30 a.m. bringing you the good marketing gospel. Not saving souls, I'm saving businesses. That's what I do. That's my reason for being, my passion, my raison d'etre. Got a great show lined up today as always. I am a business developer by trade. I'm Robert Gatewood, and I have a company called Gatewood Marketing and Web. You can find out more about my company by going to gatewoodmarketing.com. I'm also a professor at Prince George's Community College, where I teach marketing, digital marketing, social media strategies, public relations, testing your business idea. What else? So many I can't even keep up with it. So that's a social media. Anyway, I do a lot of marketing courses at college. Been doing that for 25 years. Written a couple of books. Been in the government space with the Small Business Administration, helping companies in the 8A program. So I've been out here on this journey trying to help companies succeed and help our community be more prosperous and build some type of economic foundation so that we don't keep having to run around with our hands out asking for people to help us when we have all this knowledge and resources and good ideas within our community. So I'm just here to help pull it out. You can find out more about the show by going to marketingpulpit.com, where we broadcast live every Friday. You'll see the different platforms where you can also get the show, such as Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn. Let's see, what else? Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, X, Instagram, all these different platforms. We broadcasting live. We started the show back in 2010 on Radio 1, and they've been a great partner. It's Kathy Hughes over there, and Karen Jackson, and Ron Thompson, and Alonzo, the engineer. Great group of people over there. Shout out to them. And we've got a great show once again. If you're a business owner, this is the place to be, particularly on Friday morning. And we bring you live the show every Friday right here on the radio on this Marketing Pulpit Show. We're going to talk about today. We have an interesting topic later in the day. We're going to talk about, do good people finish last when it comes to business? You heard all this talk about how you have to be tough and fearless and walk all over people and stomp them in the ground and beat them into submission in order to succeed in business. Well, I'm going to give you a different take today about how you can actually monetize. If you're a kind, genuine person, you don't have to feel like you're not up to the task. As a matter of fact, you may be more up to the task than some of the other people. Because some of the other people, the ruthless people, some of them have met a bad fate in the end. So we're going to talk about that coming up in the show later on. If you haven't already, go check out the business directory at mpi.bz, where we have a thriving business directory. People are joining every day, and got a few people joined up this week. Let's see who we got new on the directory this week. We have Helping Hands, Companion Care, and Natural Wellness. Great young lady named Cynthia out of the DC area. They help people with helping people, senior people, people with disabilities, and they also have a natural wellness program that help people with natural healing. And you want to check them out, go to mpi.bz and check them out. Great group of people over there. We also have our new sponsor, D-Live Scan, fingerprints, passport photos, and notary services out of Hyattsville. Once again, a great group of people over there. Sheila, shout out to her and her company. They're also featured on the homepage of the Marketing Pulpit, mpi.bz. We have Valley Medical Weight Loss out of Arizona. They joined this week. We have the Search Business Group out of Fullerton, California. So you can see this business directory is hot. And if you haven't already, you want to get your business in that directory so we can shout you out and send people to your business. I get people stopping me all the time. Gatewood, can you shout me out on the air? Can you refer somebody to my services? I need some business. Well, I'm going to say yes, I can do all of the above, but you can make it easier for me and yourself by getting your name in the directory, and I'll just send them over to the directory because it has all of your information, your email address, your phone number, your web address, and so forth. So let's use this technology and promote our businesses and keep this money circulating in our communities. And some of you all know what I mean. I want to say good morning to Ms. Clark. Hello, thank you for joining us this morning. Like a new listener there. I see Mr. Gerald Brown, a regular. Mr. Brown, appreciate you. He has his Eternity Plumbing, and he's been joining us and supporting us throughout the years. One of the greatest plumbers in town. He's also featured in the business directory. Thank you, Mr. Brown, for tuning in this morning. And everybody who's tuning in, I see the numbers are really just running up here. You can go to the different platforms and join in. And if you're not sure, just go to marketingpulpit.com. That's our homepage of our website. And you can join the show from there. Watch the show live right on the homepage. It's also the first Friday of October, which is, you know what that means? It's the first Friday. We have our monthly networking event in the Washington, D.C. area at BLE Executive Suites at 9701 Apollo Drive. I'll be hosting an emceeing event. Of course, Ms. Bernadette Clay, the CEO and president of BLE, she'll be there talking about the law of attraction and that faith muscle. She's a great person, and I'm going to have her there. And come on out and get your name, rub shoulders with some people that can actually make an impact in your life. Now, I'm a poster boy for networking. That's why I teach a networking course at the college, because I am such a product of networking. I met some of the most pivotal and game-changing contacts that I've made in my business that has aided the trajectory of my success story has been done through networking, meeting people. Because networking is not just about going after a sale. It's about meeting stakeholders that can have an impact on the trajectory of your business. They call them stakeholders because they have a stake in your success. You can meet funders, you can meet employees, you can meet staff, you can meet the next person who might hire you to get you a job. You might find partners, you can find suppliers, vendors, whatever. Networking is the way to go. Come on out to the networking event at BLE Executive Suite. We're going to have Miss Charles, Miss Mildred Charles, Dr. Mildred Charles is going to be talking about artificial intelligence. And she's going to share some tools in the artificial intelligence realm that can help revolutionize your business and maybe able to make some game changes in your business. So come on out. Starts at 11:30 at 9701 Apollo Drive. You can go to marketingpulpit.com. You'll see a banner on the right side of the page. Go out there and check it out. Come on out. If you haven't registered already, we do have room. Come on out. Just walk in, give your name at the door, and they'll put your name on the list so the next time you'll be notified when we have these events. It's also the first of the month. We like to make some observances. Today is October 4th. This is also Improve Your Office Day. Man, I need that one. I got junk all over the place. No, I don't, but it could use a little organizing. National Body Language Day. What can I say? I guess some people read your body language more than they read your mouth. National Golf Cup Lovers Day. I have some golf clubs over here. Getting a little dusty, but hey, I'm waiting on the spring to come out. At least that's my excuse. World Smile Day. Smile. Boy, you'd be amazed the difference a smile can make. National Be Nice Day and World Teachers Day. I think that's tomorrow. And we do have much love for teachers on this platform because I think our educators are underappreciated. And so we try to do everything we can to support our teachers and educators. Good morning to Dr. Colette Jackson out of Florida. Thank you for joining us this morning. Very sharp young lady of the 85 Beta Sorority, a great group of young ladies who it's a professional organization. And we've been partnering with them over the years. Glad to see her on show this morning. Let's jump into our show here. Got some other monthly observances. ADHD Awareness Month, Breast Cancer Awareness Month, Caffeine Addiction Recovery Month. I'm not addicted, okay? I do like a good cup of coffee, but I do drink caffeine now. Cookie Month. Okay, there's another addiction. Darn it. They just picking on me this month, aren't they? Down Syndrome Awareness Month. Let's support people and organizations. Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Don't be violent to your people in your care or partners. National Apple Month. National Bullying Prevention Awareness Month. That's another cause that's very near and dear to me. Parents, you have to be active in helping your kids not to become bullies. Nobody thinks their kid is a bully. But you have to sit down and talk to these kids. You can't just say don't bully because they may not even know what bullying is. You might say, look, be kind, be careful. Don't call people names. Don't, you know what I mean? Anyway, let's see, Crime Prevention Month and so forth. Quite a few other. Spinach Month, Positive Attitude Month. I like that one. Vegetarian Month. So anyway, let's go ahead and make these observances and chip in where we can, where there's help needed. Let's jump into the news. And like I say, later in the show, we're going to talk about kindness. There's an old saying, the good guys finish last. I guess they mean good guys and girls finish last. What they're saying is that if you go out here and you're nice and kind, then you're not going to be as successful as somebody who's ruthless. Well, we're going to talk about that later in the show. So stick around for that. Let's see here. We're going to talk quickly about some items in the news. John Amos. Seems like every week now somebody's left us. This week we were saying goodbye to John Amos. Many of us know John Amos as James on Good Times. He was married to Florida Evans in TV Life. Was really Esther Roll. We saw Bernadette Stannis, who was Thelma. We saw Jimmy Walker, who was JJ. We saw Ralph Carter, who was what was the boy's name? Whatever the son name. But anyway, John Amos was the TV dad. He also played a pivotal role in the movie Coming to America with Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall. He was also played in Roots. He passed away at the age of 84 on August 21st. Now you wonder why we just recognized it in October. Well, the family had some challenges coming down the stretch. There seemed to have been a feud between the son and the daughter. One was accusing the other of abusing the dad, and he'd come on there and say, well, I'm okay. So there's a lot of confusion. It's going to be an interesting few days for this family. We'll pray for them and hope they can work it out. But anyways, this show is dedicated to John Amos. James, as we call him from Good Time. He's also Kunta Kinte, the older Kunta Kinte on the movie Roots. Also in the news, the port workers agreed to suspend their strike. Man, I had a whole segment prepared today to talk about some of the how you can prepare for a strike and some of the things and so forth and so on. But thankfully, some 45,000 U.S. dock workers are back at work on Friday after their union reached a tentative agreement with a 62% pay bump. That's pretty darn good, man. I'm going on strike. Who can I strike? I'm striking. I'm calling my boss today and tell him I'm striking. Hello, Gatewood. Oh, wait a minute. That's me. Never mind. Okay, never mind now. Can't strike on yourself. Okay. But I was going to say, when you see these kind of situations coming, don't wait until it's upon you. That's why you have to tune into shows like this. We try to keep you abreast on what's going on. But one of the things I do want to say, in business, you got to plan ahead. You have to look at your supply chain. Where do your products come from and how they're going to be impacted by events that happen in the world? So you have to communicate with your suppliers, your vendors. Don't wait until a strike comes along, then you find yourself out hanging out to dry. So you want to diversify your suppliers. Don't try to get everything from one person. I know you have that favorite place you get your products and good, but every now and then you want to, throw a bone to a different company and at least get in their supply line. Okay. This is not a good time to run razor thin inventory. I said this when they had the big strike in the docks a few years ago. and it came around Christmas time, and people shipping those baby dolls through airplanes on jets and everything else. So this is not the time to do razor thin inventory. You may want to do another little stock, a little heavy on the inventory. I was a buyer for many years for this supermarket called Grand Union Supermarkets. And they taught us to try to keep the inventory low and turn it how you turn it. Well, if I were buying now, they would probably tell me, bump up the inventory just a little bit. Don't have it running all out the warehouse, but you want to make sure you don't get caught high and dry when you have things like strikes that come along. You want to stay abreast of what's going on, monitor these situations. Don't wait till they bite you, and also look at more automation for whatever you do. Automation is also a very pivotal part now of a successful business. OpenAI, the company that behind ChatGPT, they just had a business valuation of $157 billion. That's a lot of cheddar. I'm just saying, that's a lot of money, folks. Whew, man. I should have started some AI. Oh yeah, also shout out to the Sisters of Eta Phi Beta. Today marks their 82nd year of founding. Happy birthday to the Sisters of Eta Phi Beta. Thanks for sharing that, Sister Colette. 82 years, that's a long time. That means you guys are doing something right. I know they're doing something right. They partnered with us on some initiatives as far as helping people, bringing awareness to people with disabilities and things like that. So hats off to the Sisters of Eta Phi Beta sorority. I'm still stuck on that $157 billion valuation though. That's right. You know how much that money that is? Whew. Lord have mercy. Wipe my forehead on that one. Here's another staggering number. Hurricane Helene could cost insurers $6.4 billion. Man, everything's in billions in it now. I guess $1 million doesn't mean anything anymore. I mean, it's not that hard to be a millionaire these days. But I'm not going to say that. It's difficult, but it doesn't have the same impact as it used to when you got folks out here like Elon Musk talking about they're worth $400 billion. But this hurricane wreaked some havoc down in the South. North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, Louisiana, places like that. This category 4 hurricane. A lot of people are still digging out. Some people still don't have power. I was surprised at the impact in North Carolina around Asheville. Man, there's buildings floating down the street. Down in my hometown area. About 100, 200 people have died as a result of the storm. Prayers go out to them. Let's see. Student loans get a lifeline. President Biden has been trying his best to get people, get some of this debt relief off of people, some of these student loans. Well, he went to court, and the judge has just said that the 30 million borrowers that he was trying to get this money for, that he may be able to move forward. So there's a temporary restraining order against this case that was raised in Missouri, which was challenging it. So the debt forgiveness can proceed in the meantime. So if you have loans out there and you've been waiting, you may get another chance after all. So hang in there. But there's always some help around the corner. Tell you what, speaking of help, let me take a quick break. This is the Marketing Pulpit. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to ask that question, and do the good guys and good girls finish last? Or is that just another urban legend? This is the Marketing Pulpit. We'll be back in a moment. Don't go anywhere. We're back. Don't forget to go to mpi.bz and get your name in the business directory. If you're an author trying to sell your book and you're looking for another outlet to get your name in front of people, go to that business directory. We have full of authors, some well-known authors, people like the late, great Joe Madison, Neely Fuller, and some local authors, people like Ashley Park and people like that who've written books locally, and we're promoting people big and small in that directory. So get over there, get your name into the directory, and we will be glad to shout you out on this air, courtesy of the Marketing Pulpit Radio Show. I'm Robert Gatewood, and find out more about me, you can go to marketingpulpit.com. You can also go to Gatewood Marketing. I'm also on LinkedIn, I'm on Facebook, I'm on YouTube. Just Google me if you're not sure, and you'll see some of the things that we've been doing over the years. But I'm true to my mission. I want to help businesses grow and succeed. I'm immovable when it comes to that. Even the classes that I teach. I taught a class last night at Prince George's Community College. It's through their Accelerate to Entrepreneurship program. This Chanel Jonah, the advisor over there. We connected last night with quite an interesting group of people. We talked about testing your business idea and some of the things you might do before you go out and invest all your money and resources in a business idea that you have. Great group of people, Frank and William and Ola and Balumi and so forth. Great group of people. Glad to have them on the, and they expressed their delight at the class. So thank you to the students. I'll be teaching other courses this fall. Go to marketingpulpit.com. You'll see on the right side, you'll see on the right menu, you'll see all the courses that I'm teaching. I'm teaching a course next week at the college in public relations and communications. I have to go to that list myself to remind myself. It's too many to remember. And that's a 2-day course. And I think after that, I'm doing networking and then what else? Social media strategies and marketing strategies and then digital marketing. I got to eat some Wheaties and do some push-ups. I have a long fall ahead of me. It's going to be that way all the way up to December. So if I come here looking a little baggy-eyed and a little worn out, it's because of that heavy schedule I have teaching this fall. But I do it. I do it because it's part of my mission to help companies grow. Because everybody can't afford a marketing guy like me. I'm not bragging, but you might sound expensive to somebody who might not appreciate marketing, but to somebody who understands how marketing works and what it can pay, I'm not expensive at all. But let's just say you're not sure. Well, we have a low threshold for you to find out about marketing, and that's through these courses offered through Prince George's Community College and the Accelerate to Entrepreneurship program. So get over there and find out about these courses, and then when you saved up some coins, even though I'm not looking for clients right now, to be honest with you, we're actually very full. We do have a waiting list, but if you feel like you need our services, we'll talk about it. Sometimes we can always get one more in there, but right now we are quite full. I'm just here today to give out information to make sure that we're not waiting on people to be able to afford services. I mean, it really kind of, when you think about it, the people that need the service the most are generally the ones that can't afford it. So I decided that's not going to be, it's not that kind of party right here. I feel like you need to get this information whether you can afford it or not. That's why I write the books. That's why I teach at the college. And that's why every Friday I'm right here, rain or shine, on the Marketing Pulpit Radio Show. We are a business development show. Don't let that name fool you. We're not up here hooping and hollering and trying to save people's souls. My daddy did that, but I named the show in his honor. He was on hospice when I came up with the name of the show. So that name is to honor my dad. I am not a minister in the religious sense. I am a minister of business. So if you're going to call me Minister Gatewood, call me, as Brother Bradley Thomas called me, Pastor Gatewood. Thank you, brothers. All right, let's talk about this topic today. So I got to get on to the First Friday. And like I said, if you're in the DC area, get over to the First Friday networking event. It's at 9701 Apollo Drive. It starts at 11:30. If you can't get there at 12, come on in. We can make room for you. There'll be some free food, free parking. I'll be there. Some people get to meet me for the first time. I'll be there emceeing the event. Miss Bernadette Clay, the owner of BLE Executive Suites. They have 3 locations in the DC area. I mean, these nice, man, luxurious offices at an affordable price. It is unbelievable. Somebody answered your phone. These nice conference rooms. I mean, plush. Big Zoom rooms, screens on the walls, and coffee for your guests. And I'm saying, if you have a business and you need an office, I'm not sure why you're not doing this. My office has been with them for the last over 12, 14 years. I had a big old office in Austin Hill with a big old conference room of my own, and I was just wasting all this money. You don't have a conference every day, so why do you need a conference room every day? Over here, you only use the conference room. You only pay for it when you're using it. If you have a certain agreement, you don't have to pay for it at all. It's part of your lease. So anyway, check out BLE also at BLEsuites.com, or call them at 301-322-1700. Tell them Robert Gatewood from the Marketing Pulpit sent you, and tell them you want a free month of something. And they'll tell you what the deal is going on right now. All right, let's talk about the good guys and good girls finish last. There's some bad information out there. I'm just going to tell you right now. Somebody's convinced us that in order to succeed in business, you've got to be ruthless, cutthroat, step on people, get out of the way. And that's the only way to success. Well, I must admit, I know quite a few of those folks. I've run into some of them. And one thing I've also discovered, a lot of those folks, they're either in jail or worse. And if they're not in jail yet, they're like that song that Ghetto Boys sang a few years ago. My mind is playing tricks on me, always peeping around corners. Why live like that when you can live the right way and be a good guy or good girl? Yes, bad people can succeed, but so can good people. I'm saying this not hypothetically. I'm telling you because I deal with them. I worked with the great Joe Madison. He was a good person. I worked with the author Neela Fuller. He's a good person. I worked with Bernadette Clay. She is a good person. I worked with Gerald Brown, Bradley Thomas. These are good people. And they are successful. They're not cutthroat. So goodness is not a weakness. But a goodness, a kind, respectful business owner can be very successful and have a very positive influence on those around them. So let's talk about this for a minute. What is a good person anyway? Well, what I think they're not. They're not a wuss. That's what people like to think, that if you're good, you're just going to let people walk all over you. Nope, that's not it at all. I'm a good person. And you're not walking over me. I'm going to tell you that right now. But what good people happen to be, they're compassionate. They can feel your pain. They're patient. They understand that not everybody moves at the same pace. They're fair. They will pay you what your service is worth, sometimes more so than you ask for. Oh, it blows my mind whenever that happens, and I do it myself sometimes. Somebody, I can tell they're trying to get the account. They're lowering their price. They're giving me specials I didn't even ask for. Hold on. You don't have to do that. What's your price? What's your price? Just give me a good price. What are you charging other people? What's your average price? That's a good person. Somebody who's giving, generous with their time and resources. Somebody who's protective. Somebody who's willing to protect you from the bad doers and the gossip mongers out here when you're not in the room. That's a good person. Somebody who's trustworthy. You can trust them to do the right thing. That's a good person. Somebody who's dependable. They give you their word and they honor it. Good person. Somebody who's forgiving. Somebody who doesn't hold grudges against you the rest of your life. These are good people. Now, the advantages of being a good person are many. One, from a business standpoint, you can build positive relationships with customers and clients. You can enhance your reputation and your credibility in your industry. You can increase employee morale and productivity. When you're a good person and fair, your employees will work for you. They'll work harder. But you're out there yelling at them and trying to cheat them and cutting back on the hours every chance they get. You might get a short-term gain, but you're going to lose in the end. Of course, you're going to improve customer satisfaction by being a good person because you're going to treat them fairly. That's going to increase company retention, lifetime value, and it's going to get you some referrals. I get more referrals than any other advertising source, more so than this radio, more so than social media, because the reputation is that he's a good guy. He's not a pushover. He's fair. Now, of course, what's the bad downsides of being a good person or being perceived as a good person? Well, sometimes people will try to take advantage of you, more so than if they know you're a mean guy, they're not even going to try. But if you come across as nice and pleasant and kind, and there is kind of somewhat of a nuance between being kind and nice. I like to think of myself as kind. I mean, I can be nice too, but kind is more proactive. Some people see it as a weakness. I'm here today to tell you that it's not. I've listed off a list of names of people who I consider kind, good people. Neither one of them are weak. Sometimes you don't get the best deals or opportunities because people feel like, well, I'm not going to give this deal to Gatewood because he's not going to raise as much cane as this other person who's going to just yell and scream and take my head off. That's a possibility. Okay, that could be one of the downsides. They perceive. But if you're going to treat me like that, I'm just going to probably move on and get that deal somewhere else because I'm going to deal with people that are more like me. And sometimes you could lose out on some profits and things like that. So there is somewhat of a downside, but it's not a deal breaker. Hang on 1 second. I need to. So don't go away. Don't go away. Move. All right, I am back. Like I was saying, I had to make sure my power was still good. So yeah, sometimes people feel like you can take advantage of you if you're a nice person, but I'm just here today. Not this one. You're kind. You can be kind and firm as well. So how do you? Let's say you're this nice person, and Dr. Colette Jackson, she summed it up nicely. Don't take my kindness for weakness. Go ahead, sister. You're exactly right. Let's say you're this kind person and you what people call a good person. How do you avoid being taken care of? How do you avoid people taking advantage of you? Well, one, being kind, you're not a wuss. That doesn't mean you're a wuss or a soft person. So what you want to do is set clear boundaries when you're dealing with people. Lay out your expectations from the start. Let them know, look, I might be kind, but this is what I expect from you. And if they don't honor it, show them the door. Be assertive and stand up for yourself when necessary. You don't have to walk around yelling and demanding 24 hours a day. You lay out the boundaries up front. Tell people, look, I'm very firm about this, okay? This could be a deal breaker for me. And if they don't honor it, assert yourself. Also, kind people, trust your instincts. Be wary of manipulative people. That's one thing. That's one of the that kind of comes with the gift of kindness is also instinct and discernment. You can spot a con artist a mile away. So what you want to do is keep a tight circle and keep those kind of people out of your circle. Surround yourself with supportive and trustworthy people. That's the way I do it. I have a very close circle. I'm going to be kind to you, whether you're in my circle or not. But the people I let into my circle, these are people I trust. They're going to be fair with me. I'm going to be fair with them. And we're going to go out here and make this money. Now, as a business owner, there are some ways you can actually monetize kindness. I actually have gone as far as make it part of my USP, my unique selling position. And people that know me, who work with me, they're gonna say that's a kind guy. He's fair. Some say fair. Somebody say kind. Let me say he's a good guy. He's a nice guy. Call it whatever you want to. But when they know they call this number, they call Gatewood Marketing or the Marketing Pulpit, they're gonna be treated fairly. They know you can trust, dependable, compassionate, patient. I told you about last week about this big client called me. She went on for seemed like 20 minutes talking about I've never dealt with a company like this. I've been in this business for 12 years with this particular company, and she has never had this kind of experience. Hey, look, we just doing what we do. It came across as kind and good, but it was also professional. Firm, we put a contract together, was fair. We negotiated back and forth. We didn't just lay down. We got a good price. Now let's get to work. You can also offer value-added services as part of your service. Go ahead and throw in a little something extra every now and then. Don't nickel and dime and penny pinch people to death. That's going to chase people away. Also collaborate with like-minded individuals and support them. You don't always supporting yourself, just pushing yourself out front. Help push others out front, and that will come back through the spirit of reciprocity. Also embed some human touch, personal touch in your interaction with customers. I can't tell you how many times people they're shocked when I answer the phone or come on the phone. They go, wait a minute, how did I get you on the phone? I wonder what's going on. That goes wonders. That works wonders with customers. And also be giving. You can add when you have a good week, a good month, a good year. Go ahead and share. Help somebody else out. Support somebody else. It doesn't always mean money. Sometimes you can share resources. You have some extra space in your building. You got some extra leftover inventory before you throw it into the trash can. Just spread the goodness around. In conclusion, I'm going to say it again. You can be tough. You can be stern and still be a good person. But don't be cutthroat. Don't be ruthless. Yeah, there will be a short-term gain, I can tell you. But boy, let me tell you, these folks are waiting just for the opportunity to put the knife in your back. They want to see you fall. And many of them have fallen. Don't take my word for it. Just scan the news over the last few weeks or the last year. See how many people have fallen from grace. And the underlying common denominator, they were ruthless. They were tough. They were uncaring. They were selfish. I'm not saying that's going to bound to happen, but don't be like the song sung by the Ghetto Boys, always peeping around corners. Your mind's playing tricks on you because you don't trust anybody around you because you've been untrustworthy yourself. Folks, that's going to wrap it up for today. Come on out to the first Friday at 9701 Apollo Drive. I'll be there. Get some free lunch on us. Going to talk about AI. Dr. Mildred Charles is going to be the guest speaker. She's going to give us some tools, 7 tools on AI. So if you've been wondering about ChatGPT or NVIDIA or Gamma or whatever's out there, come on out. We're going to share that information today. And I'll be back next week here on the Marketing Pulpit next week at the same time. So set your dial, set your reminder, and tell somebody who's trying to get into business that the Marketing Pulpit is in town, courtesy of Robert Gatewood, Gatewood Marketing, and the Marketing Pulpit radio show. And as always, if you want to be successful, you have to do these 3 things. Do the right thing, do it at the right time, and you have to do it right. Enough talk. Let's get to work.
cup of greens per day will lower your risk of dying from heart attack or stroke by 30%. Hallelujah. A half a cup of beans every day will drop you down by another 30% because of the fiber and the medicines in the beans will sweep away the cholesterol and the saturated fat. Half a cup of berries per day with all of the antioxidants and flavonoids will drop your risk down. And then finally, 1/4 of a cup of nuts and seeds every day will drop your risk down by 33%. You simply eat those foods every single day and take everything else away that's destroying you. And we could eradicate heart disease, high blood pressure, and stroke. Glory! Hallelujah.
Register today and get ready for your health revolution.